Inside Out.
Actually, I saw an empty UPDF. Empty. No, yava kamba jirekole. Era mwamugololera ni pasi yona mva mjivumie. Uniform mjivumie. Ezira chiyaka okutola ku paint. N'ebitense ebyabifu byebeta amagye a military force of a country.
This is Inside Out.
Alright, kale nkwaniza ku mkutu gwaffe gwa SML News Yugi nga bulijjo buli otendo munaffe atugoberera wala kutugoberera abasharinga abalikinga abakomentinga. Thank you for the comments. Those comments, positive and negative, are part of what we need to improve the work we do every day. Nolwalira atendi ne Proscovia Salaamu Musumba, the vice chairperson wa FDC, katinga promoter wa PFF.
Nali? Ndi.
You have registered your thing.
Yeah. Ndi. Mwenye mbitegeda. Ndi. Vice chairperson for Democratic Change.
We witness the Besigye government ping pong again. We are back to the chess. Government after Besigye.
Is that your attitude?
It's their ping pong.
Is it your attitude?
Chendoza. Because nkuze ndaba buzanyo buno. Lero Besigye bamukote, lero bamutadde, lero bamutwala, lero bamukute.
Really, I'm in the wrong place. No.
Tobiraba.
No. I am not ready to discuss a serious issue in a very unserious way.
What is unserious?
The way you present the topic is so unserious.
Do you know how many times Besigye has been arrested and
you
released?
think it's a ping pong? You think it's a game?
Where does it end? How does it end?
Who tells you that it's ending? Because it's continuing. It's a pattern of torture. You call it a game at your age? You call it a ping pong? Or you don't understand the English?
Because
listen, this is not a joke.
It's not.
It's not.
Yes, but
so you can't call it a ping pong. It's not. You can't even call it a joke.
You have 30 arrests of Besigye where there is no conviction.
So it means what?
That the person arresting is a joke?
No. He's on duty. He's meting terror onto a citizen knowingly. He is using terror as a weapon to silence the public. He's using arrests and the glitz and glamour he puts on it, the show of force that he displays, to send a message of ill that is so powerful and that he has so much authority over us. It is a psychological warfare. The entire population is using Besigye as a guinea pig, but the message is for all of you. For an entire him, because he's the designer, he's the implementer, and the beneficiary. He gets the population to be cowed down, the population to be despondent, and the population to be armless. Because Besigye is the strongest voice in the jurisdiction, in the political realm.
Bwakwata Salaamu Musumba namutochalinga the same way.
Yes.
Tekimuyamba kutiisa abakazi bandiyingire mu politics. Lwaki akikola ku omu?
Akikola ku Besigye because Besigye was the first person to send a warning shot in 1999 and said we have veered off the reason for which we went to the bush. Dr. Besigye is a soldier. Dr. Besigye is a well-established national political commissar. The job of political commissar, as from the bush and up till now, started and ended with him. You don't know any other political commissar of worth. Okay? So he knows the potential and the capability of the person he has chosen to beat down. And by beating that person down, the trickle effect he believes will affect the rest of us. It will trickle down to your mother's house. Mwana wange biveko, ebyo wagenda bwachi, like she told you, and you fled.
Fled is a big word.
You fled.
I quit. It's
You
not
fled.
No.
You fled without clothes even.
Kubanga nga bwe nkugambye.
Yeah. You're not a fighter.
Omuntu akwatibwa
You're not a
emirundi
fighter.
asatu.
You're not a fighter. You don't understand the political dynamics. You do not understand statecraft. If you understood all those things like I do, then you would answer your own question.
Because I
Why
don't even see the results of those of you who understand. Let me assume I don't understand. What have you who understand delivered?
You see?
Same.
No. Appreciation and understanding and the discernment is not for you. That is why you live in peace, you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. You see? And so we live in different stratospheres. You are not able to understand me, I'm not able to understand you. So you walk your lane, I walk my lane. Don't mix lanes. Ky'otegeera ky'oba okolereko. Leka ebyabategeera bibe byabategeera, ebyabategeera bibe byabatategeera, otatabula mwenge. Wahula?
So gwolaba gye mulaga?
Of course I do. That's why we are talking about it. We are
nga tukola ebintu bye twakola mu 2001 ne tubiddamu mu 2006 ne tubiddamu mu 2011.
What have you done?
Tubizzemu mu 2024.
Who is doing
and
what?
you expect different results?
No, let me ask. Why are they being done? You ask the wrong question. Why are they being done? Because all these years of illegitimacy have not delivered. They have not delivered. They have not delivered the glorified place that a man holding the power wants to be. Every day, the public loses trust in the man. It's not increasing. And so, gripped with fear, that is what cowards do. That's what fear-gripped people do.
So as a student,
they bring out the machinery.
Let's have this
Because
evidence.
no man is worth anyone's vote except with their will. You're worth nothing. You can't rule me. You're not worth that unless you rule me with my consent.
Omanyi awo ndowooza weesibitegeerera. Bw'oga nti buli lunaku bannayuganda bongera okujja obwesige mu abakulembera. Si mwami Museveni? Buli lunaku. Naye ng'ate buli sayiko y'akalulu gye tugendamu basigala bamwongera. Balonda ne bamwongera.
Go to Busoga, for instance. Where did he win? In the 11 districts. He won in 3.
Yes.
Only out of 11.
In Busoga.
Is that progress?
No. And that's the first time it's happening. Over a cycle of 5 elections.
It has happened all the time. It has now crystallized. It has now concretized that, listen, we do not see you as representing our needs. And the basket is full of failed interventions. The basket is full. That's why he himself goes to Mayuge, where there were so many people that lost their lives to the war, the Nkokos and all that. And he says, you people, you are so poor. You leaders, how do you manage? As if he is coming from Mars. He's just returned from Mars. He's not been around.
Because he was wondering out of the many resources he has been pushing to my UK budget after
Which
budget,
ones?
there is nothing.
There is
presented.
no resource. He should have arrested the one who took his the resources. There are none. Adomo. Empty space.
So, Ogambe toyagala mbuyite buzannyo.
Tebuli.
Si
Because
buzannyo.
you see,
Kati
you will even dissuade your audience from listening to you.
Okay, kati tukiyite ki?
If you're not
But
a
what-
serious journalist to deal with issues as they are, you're not. You're not. No, listen, that is why you bathe. Listen, that's why you bathe every day and wear the same glasses and the same suit every day. Why do you do so? Why do you bathe every day? Or you don't?
I do. I do.
So there are things that are happening. They've become a pattern. They've become a culture of this politics under President Museveni. And just ask the relevant question. Do you see this pattern? This is a pattern. How do we break the pattern? I don't want to become the journalist and the researcher. You are the journalist. Ask the right questions. What is this pattern that we are dealing with?
Because Kyagulanyi leads the leading opposition party.
Babi Mukolako. You haven't seen that?
Not to this extent.
Do you remember Arua by-election?
Yes, it's a one-off.
No, it's a pattern.
Compared to Besigye, Besigye has been arrested 90 times.
Because Besigye is Besigye. Don't you get it? Besigye is believable. Besigye is knowledgeable. Besigye has support, starting from the military, which is a no-go place for others.
No, they say alina support mu military ye muntu, that the military does not want Besigye. It respects muntu.
I hear you. I hear you.
Ndomo.
Mama. I have been part of the petitions that we presented in court, and I can tell you the military witnesses, we had to ask for their safety, not to sign affidavits for us. How body bags were filled with pre-ticked ballots and carried. And so much. And that is why when Besigye contests with Muntu, Besigye gets higher support than Muntu. Why? Have you, in your years of journalism, found out why? Because if you knew why, like I know why, these questions wouldn't be up here for discussion. All that I know is not authorized to be spoken about.
Okay.
I use it as my toolkit.
As a person who has lived too close to Besigye,
Yeah.
have you ever thought, discussed, talked about military action to take power?
There have been discussions of that sort on the table, and the biggest deterrent has been Besigye. Yes, they says no. We are going to pursue a non-violent revolution. The young people say enough. We already says no. We took that path in 1980. See where it brought us. This must be a non-violent revolution.
That is the statement that political novices have looked at as cowardly. And it's what informs.
Listen, you've called them novices, and that's what they are. They are novices. Because if they looked back in history, they would know that in India, there was never bullet under Mahatma Gandhi. Okay? They would look in other polities and also know that non-violence is the only way that can deliver a democracy post-revolution. Because let me tell you, you cannot expect democracy from gunmen. It's the wrong expectation that you cook beans and then
expect beef.
You expect beef on the table. It's not possible.
Abaana mu 2011 nzikira wadi wazobuuma.
Yeah.
I remember, batuwa obuuma. Tufune obuuma, botuwa obuuma.
And who stopped that? The commander-in-chief, Besigye. He said, no, he doesn't. Go. Me, no.
Ate tulagibwa nti tulina leader. Twetaaga leader tulaga we tulaga.
Gwe mwagala si ye Besigye kuba ye Besigye ayagala kuba leadinga on a non-violent path.
Etakola.
Ekola.
Ogikozeseza mu elections.
It builds momentum and the consciousness of the population. This population is ripe for that message. It is building. It is, when you went to P1, did you do PLE?
No.
Yeah, so it's cumulative. And that's part of the struggle he's been at, and he continues to be at. But if you are a researcher, you know that 1999 is the point at which you start evaluating. There's a technical word for it in research. But 1999, even before 2000, that letter he wrote and the response he got and all that has happened since then, we are lucky to be alive. We are able to evaluate. We are able to evaluate which way Uganda is going and who was right and who was wrong.
Bamutaddeko omusango omuzibu. Oguyinza okumusibya
that is nothing. Totally nothing.
The result of this is death.
No.
The sentence is death.
You see, even if he died, he's ready for death, just in case you don't know. You used to be his friend. You mean you didn't understand him?
Ng'afiira ki? Ofiira kuba n'abantu abali ku byabwe.
He's not working for you as such. He's working to live in a country himself that he can call home. Join him if you too want. Listen.
Emisango gino minene.
Temuli. Temuli. Bisango sango bijwetuke. Not even worth the peeps of the guys I saw at the table. Nabanyoma nnyo nabajoga nnyo. Actually, I saw an empty UPDF. Empty. No, ye yava kamba agirekodi. Era mwamugololera ne paasi yona muba mugivumye. Uniform mugivumye. Okuwerekera oyo. To go and do rubbish in the full glare of the world. Hush. We've been abused.
Do you believe there could be things that Besigye does that you don't know?
Of course.
By the fact that he's a gorilla child, he's a child of a gorilla war.
No, he's a participant, he's not a child. He invited himself to the bush.
Okay.
Through Sam Njuba.
Okay.
He was a professional. He's not just a foot soldier. He was not a stranded lot like many of them were.
There are many things he does without you.
Yeah, perhaps. He does. He has a life of his own.
Perhaps you don't.
But we have a shared vision, a shared mission, a shared desire to live in a country that works for all, where all of us thrive. That's what binds us together. Nothing else. He has his wife and his family.
Does Besigye own a personal pistol?
No, he doesn't.
So where did he get this one in Nairobi?
He didn't have it. That's why it wasn't displayed. That's why he went through immigration in Entebbe. And his luggage was checked through a scan. And you know, for us, we have already gotten, we got this warning early in 2004 through Augustine Ruzinana, that travel light, avoid luggage. They will put things in your luggage. So avoid carrying luggage when you can. And that has been a standing operating thing, a procedure for us. Gino emigugu gye banagulawo ne basibamu ebintu, no, we avoid them.
So ogenda
na hand luggage n'otuuka n'ogula eyo. In any case esaati bazigula eyo n'essuuti bazigula eyo. Lwaki ogula wanandaweya nga n'eri bazitunda?
Nti sente ze
to endanger yourself. Sente weeziri ate olinnya ennyonyi nga toyina.
So nawe bw'otambula ebiteeteeyo obigula eyo?
Biri eri. Why should I carry clothes here? There are clothes there. I'll buy.
So ebbanga libadde ne Besigye tomulabako na pistol?
No, never. That's why he puts his hands in his pockets. It's a deterrent, not to box anybody, and not to draw a gun because he doesn't have to discipline himself.
So Salaamu, singa military proving nti yasanga Besigye ne pistol n'egireeta tunanyumya mboozi.
Kino ekimilitary kino kye nalabye kino kitalo kino. First of all, oba yaziza emisango. Bulira abatatambulangako wava wano n'ogenda Moscow. I saw you with Honorable Chizik, His Excellency Chizik from Kamuli. Tewalaba bwe batambula. You go through how many screens? Tosobola na kutwala amazzi. You can't even cross with water in the screen.
True.
So you can cross with a pistol and get on a plane with a pistol. You go through Kenya security and they cannot detect a pistol. I'll tell you, they even detect a needle, even a safety pin, and they'll tell you remove it. Kakati lwaki tobuulira bantu n'obeera ng'omugwagwa afaanana military.
Naye anti because Besigye is Besigye. You said it. That
Besigye is a law-abiding citizen.
Kisobola.
Tasobola. Abimanyi nnyo naye amanyi there's technology there. He even knows he's being surveilled. He will even point for you when you go to visit him in Kasangati that there's a camera there. Do you see it? Do you see that camera there? Did you find a border in this? He knows how he's being surveilled because the very people surveilling him are so dissatisfied that there's somebody who will inform him.
Salaamu ebyogere mu Luganda tubiddemu. Nti waliwo abali mu magye bwe batuma okulondola Besigye ne bamutegeeza kye babagambye kati agaba gakyali magye eba ekyali security.
Tewali kubaka nkubuulire. There's so much dissatisfaction in the army.
Bangandi gendo obege Salaamu ti atenza amubega mati bantumye.
Sigwamba gwe batumye bakwesiga. Aye gwe bateekeza. Tilabula will fly on the wall.
Ensobera ku kisenge. Yabategeeza.
You could even read it in their faces. Have you ever read body language as a subject? Are you able to read people? I am able to read them. You see dissatisfaction. Even stepping just at court martial in Makindye, you are able to read the dissatisfaction. Ezira kiyaka okutola ku paint n'ebitents ebyabifu bye beeta amagye, a military force of a country nga baasigala mulembe gwa Idi Amin.
Kiki ekiyinza okuba kizizza gavumenti ku Besigye nga ate abantu baga nti oyo talina kyatugamba, oyo twamuta. The feeling has been that Besigye is now a spent force, no longer leader of opposition, no longer influential. Is okay, let him retire in Kasanga.
You see, the ones that purport to have replaced them do not have what he has. and it has been displayed to the country and to the world. Time has proved that it's indomitable.
Era now believing that Besigye akyali big thing mu politics wa Uganda.
He is. You see, Besigye is gifted. Long range view, medium view, immediate. He can read for you a war plan. Yes. You know, you. Auntie wali P2. Wali P2. You know, bintu bya bakulu na basada bakulu, strategic thinkers, not amateurs, you know.
Because first of all,
yeah.
I am talking about Besigye, retiring akuwa president wa FDC voluntarily n'akireka. I am talking about Besigye who voluntarily
to go and engage in activism and raising the consciousness. You know about Steve Honey, is it Steve Honey of South Africa? Raising the consciousness, education of the people. And that's what he does best. He takes it, that's why the NRA found him a plausible national political commissar, a communicator. You know, a person with issues internalized and disseminating them. Empowering the brain, the mindset of a person. And the strength of a person is in the brain, not in the body just. Because when you have a weak brain and a big body, you end up like a coal, boxing. But you must have both, and the equilibrium must be set.
Tell me. What was it that Besigye went for the Karua book launch? How does Besigye and Karua relate? Martha Karua. Bakolagana bati. They are
political activists. They share the same vision and passion about democracy. Of all the men and women. Yes. Like we invite them. They're friends. We are friends. Remember there was a time in Feb, I think 2 years ago, we were invited by NUP to go for human rights symposium in Nairobi. And we did. We did. Martha Karua was the guest speaker. We have had Martha Karua being invited by the women organizations here. And she's a public good for use like PLO Lumumba, like Mamdani, like Besigye. People drink from their wisdom and their life of honor.
Would I be right therefore to say that you and NRM are stuck to individuals? As NRM is stuck to Museveni, your group is also stuck to Besigye. You are trying to find a replacement.
We have them. You mean you don't see them?
We are they.
You don't see me?
We are. You'd replace Besigye.
Yes. You don't see me.
But you feared it over time.
And what?
You feared it. Take up the so that we forget Besigye. The reason why government is looking for Besigye.
Listen to me. You can't forget Besigye. We are a package. In that package, there is so and so, so and so and so and so, and Besigye. That's our package.
Bagenda musiba.
No.
It is
These
okay.
Are serious charges. You see, it is okay. The relief to this country is that he was not put in an acid tank like Khashoggi. Do you know Khashoggi?
Yes, I know Khashoggi.
The relief we have is that he's alive. And it's not because they can't kill him, but they know what will happen when they do. They know.
Where does his arrest leave your PFF?
Oh, we are solid. Guys, we are solid. He's not part of the formation of PFF. He's not in the intestines of delivering this baby called PFF. He'll be a midwife. banange mwenda buwikilingzi buno busaadha bumaka bagambi gantezeemu bw'oli kunoonya. I'm not one of them. I am solid.
Mu PFF.
Yes. Whatever we are doing it collectively. And we are using due process. Okay? Tactical. Tactical. Basoga mcheta tic-tacs.
The inside out. The Proscovia Salaamu Musumba as still and strong as iron ever. Lero bwe tugimaliriza. Zessa Simon Muyanga Lutaya.
This is Inside Out.